And good morning. I guess to start with Ms. Kirby or Ms. Lundy, can we have the waiver?
I will do it.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. I know.
Good morning, Your Honor.
I have been told.
Caitlin Kirby on behalf of the people would waive any potential conflict between this court and the public defender's office. The people do not believe that there is any conflict, but the people make this waiver in avoidance of any doubt.
It's like having two children and like one felt like they're not as important. All right. And Miss,
I believe you tried to take that from Caitlin.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you.
Assistant Public Defender Melissa Kleeman on behalf of the Public Defender's Office, and we'd likewise waive any potential conflict, though we do not believe that any such conflict exists.
And the court, for its part, also does not believe that there is a conflict either under the Michigan court rules or the cases decided thereunder. To the extent that there is a conflict, given the waivers, the court will consent to hear the matters. You know, when I looked on my screen when I came here, I thought I have both Caitlin and Ashley here today. And frankly, I got scared.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that you thought today was your lucky day.
That's what I thought he was going to say.
I know, I was headed there and then I really let my true emotion. I was scared. All right. Okay, let's, I understand Mr. Williams.
Morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. And I know I spoke to them. I'm glad to see you also, sir. So just so that you know. Okay. I
At least
also
you don't scare him. That's good.
I feel like you just told you heard it. Like that was a lot. That was a lot. Like
I liked it. I think the fear is a good thing. It's nice. It's nice for the tables to be turned once in a while, you know?
Yes, and I did appreciate Mr. Williams not turning on his camera at all while I was going through that whole thing where I could have used somebody to save me. Thank you. I will remember that. All right. Anyway, my understanding, Mr. Williams, is that your matters have resolution.
That is correct, but I only see one of the
Defender.
That's correct. I'm trying to get a hold of Mr. Wrench right now. I'm not sure why he's not here.
Okay, so what about on the Reynolds matter? Can we get that one resolved then?
Yes, we're ready.
Okay, court does call the case of the people of Superior Township versus Rajeen Reynolds.
Bill Williams for Superior Township.
Assistant Public Defender Melissa Kleeman on behalf of Ms. Reynolds. And ma'am, can you unmute and state your name for the record, please?
Rajeen Reynolds.
Thank you. And there is an offer today for her to plead to impeding traffic, and she would like to accept that.
That's a correct statement, Mr. Williams.
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Reynolds,
Yes.
you admit responsibility to the fact that on March 31st, my birthday, choosing reading traffic on my birthday, March 31st, 2022, at the location of Clark Road in Superior Township, Washington County, State of Michigan, that you did impede traffic.
Yes.
All right, court will accept that admission to count two. Count one is dismissed. Fines and cost of $180. When can you get that paid, ma'am?
How long do I have to pay?
Well, it's really due today, but how much time did you need, ma'am?
And can you just give me a week?
Oh, you need, well, why don't we do it this way? Why don't you, I'll give you a little bit longer than a week. Can you get it done by July 8th? You think?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. I'll indicate pay that by July 8th, 2022. All right, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Killowald, Miss Lundy, you wanted a breakout room?
I would love to approach if the court would be willing. Thank you, Your Honor.
Is that with me or you just need?
I don't want to scare you, but yes, with you, please.
Oh, joy.
He's not scared unless it's both of us, so I can come too.
Okay. So, Mr. Killowald, you're in agreement of a bench, you need a bench conference with me?
Yes, the longer the better. My client's stuck in traffic. He should be here in a few minutes. So the longer we can go, the better. The way the day's going.
Sorry.
You're stalling for time.
I am big time.
Okay, all right, just let's see. All right, we will. I appreciate your honesty. Ms. Kleeman, do you have any like ETA on your client who is
He
apparently he's stuck with Bob's client?
He might be. He has not responded to me quite yet. I'm going to text him again.
Okay, all
Thank
right.
you.
So, and then, so that's the other one of Mr. Williams. And then that's the other case. And then Mr. Chappelton, is that matter going to go?
Yes.
That one's going to go. Okay. So let me do this. And I think we have Mr. Phillips as a witness on that case. So if you can sit tight for a second, I'm going to go into a bench conference with somebody just showed up. I don't know who that is. That might be your client, Ms. Clayman. So I'm going to go into a bench conference with Mr. Killawall and Ms. Blondie. Where are we? Court does call the case of the People versus Castaneda.
Your Honor, Ashley Blondie for the people.
Mr. Killawall, you are muted.
Good morning, I'm Robert J. Kill on behalf of Otto Castaneda. Franco, Otto, state your name.
All right. Hold it. All right. We have an interpreter. May I have the interpreter sworn, please?
Mr. Interpreter, can you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will interpret accurately, completely, and impartially, using your best skill and judgment, and to translate from English into Spanish and from Spanish into English in the manner now before the court, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
All right. Counsel, what are we doing on this case?
Abogado, ¿qué estamos haciendo de parte de este caso?
Your Honor, I have received no response from the hospital regarding the order the court signed for additional medical records.
Su señoría todavía no ha recibido todavía una respuesta de parte del hospital cuando se viene a las actas de hospital o médicos.
And the victim is not here and we have not been able to contact her.
Y la víctima no está aquí y no hemos podido hacer contacto con ella.
And at this time, I do believe, because we were mid-trial, that a mistrial might be the appropriate avenue, and I would request that that be, if it is declared, that later, if defense moves to dismiss, that dismissal be without prejudice.
Porque estábamos en medio de un juicio, no tenemos contacto con ella. Creemos que en estos momentos, si se va a poner un juicio nulo, eso sería algo que se puede tener esa conversación. Y si llegamos a esa decisión, en el punto en que en el futuro podemos traer esos cargos en el futuro, lo podemos hacer y que sea sin prejuicio.
Your Honor, on behalf of the defendant.
Su señoría, de parte del acusado.
Because we were in trial and because this is the second time the victim is not showed.
Porque estábamos en medio de un juicio y es la segunda vez que esta víctima no se ha presenciado.
I would ask that this matter be dismissed, Your Honor, without prejudice.
Queremos que este caso sea se despida este caso y sea sin prejuicio.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, I misspoke. I would ask that this matter be dismissed with prejudice. I understand the prosecutor's argument, but again, because we're mid-trial, I would ask that it be dismissed with prejudice.
Lo siento mucho, su señoría, lo dije mal. Yo creo que sabemos el argumento que está poniendo de parte de la fiscalía. Nosotros pedimos que este caso sea despedido sin prejuicio, con prejuicio.
The court is going to declare mistrial this case will be dismissed.
La Corte en estos momentos está tomando la decisión de que este caso sí va a ser un caso nulo, un juicio nulo.
That dismissal will be without prejudice. The delay caused and not indicating that it's not a rightful request, but the delay in part is caused by the motion of the defendant regarding medical records. Again, I'm not making a statement as to the propriety of that and had signed an order to that effect.
Este caso se va a despedir sin prejuicio. Eso lo que también significa, sabemos que estamos en medio de un juicio, pero vamos a tomar en mente de que fue un plazo largo que tuvimos que esperar, ya que se puso una moción para poder recibir esos documentos o actas médicas. Por eso fue que se tomó tanto.
So while it is without prejudice, I am not making a statement and am not asking for any waiver of the defendant's claim if this case were brought back again to regarding double jeopardy. I am not ruling on that issue.
Y sabemos que sin perjuicio no vamos a poner ninguna objeción o ninguna declaración respectivo si se pone en pie un pedido de parte de la Corte que sea algo que sería un cargo doble que se les va a poner al acusado. No vamos a tomar una decisión respectivo a eso en estos momentos.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's my morning. Have a nice day.
Thanks.
All right, take care. Thank you,
Thank you.
Mr. Interpreter. I appreciate your services today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Do we have Mr. Wrench? We do. The court does call the cases of the people of Superior Township versus Eric Wrench. I have two cases before me, case 895 and case 894.
Bill Williams for Superior Township.
Assistant Public Defender Melissa Kleeman on behalf of Mr. Wrench. And sir, can you unmute and state your name for the record, please?
Eric Wrench.
Thank you. And there is an offer today for Mr. Wrench to plead to a no ops on person. He is going to accept that offer in the case ending in 0894 and then 0895 will be dismissed.
That's a correct statement, Mr. Williams?
That is correct, Your Honor.
This is to the 29th, correct? All right, Mr. Wrench, can you please raise your right hand?
Yes, sir.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you God?
Yes, sir.
State your name again for the record, please, sir.
Eric Wrench, Jr.
All right. Sir, it is this court's understanding that you are going to be pleading guilty to the charge of no valid operator's license on person.
Yes, sir.
That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail and or a $100 fine plus court cost. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Understanding that, you still wish to plead guilty.
Yes, sir.
And to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty, sir.
Now, you understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes, sir.
Because of that, you're giving up certain rights. You're giving up your right to call witnesses to speak for you at trial or to have this court compel their attendance. You're giving up your right to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you at trial. You're also giving up your right to be a witness for yourself or to remain silent and not have that silence used against you. And you're giving up your right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes, sir.
Are you on probation?
No.
Okay. Okay. Are you
I
on
did
parole?
that years ago, man. I try to stay clear of that.
Yeah, that's why you had two cases. I got you. So I'm kidding you. That I shouldn't have said that. All right. Are you on parole, sir?
No, sir. No, sir.
Has anybody promised you anything other than
No,
what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
Has anybody threatened you or coerced you?
No, sir.
You're doing this voluntarily and of your own free will?
Yes, sir.
And because you believe that you're guilty of this offense?
Yes, sir.
August 28th, 2021, at the location of Clark near MacArthur, Superior Township, Washtenaw County, State of Michigan, were you operating a motor vehicle?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Did you get stopped by the police?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Did they request a driver's license?
Yes, sir.
And were you unable to give them a valid license?
Absolutely, sir.
All right. Counsel, have I complied with the court rule, or would it be proper to accept this defendant's plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
People are satisfied, Your Honor.
Court will accept the defendant's plea to count 2 in case 894. Count 1 is dismissed, and case 895 is dismissed in its entirety.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sir, okay, I'm not done yet.
Oh,
You don't know what I'm going to do you?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Now I got to do something so he doesn't thank me.
Ah, come
Anyway,
on, Your Honor.
All
I'm
right.
sorry about that, man.
Sir, anything you want to say to me before I do impose sentence?
Far as the tickets, sir, I'm still on them payment plans. I'm just paying them off right now. I think I got 2 more cases in Detroit, and that'll be it for Detroit. I would have paid them, but we about to get laid off after this week. Ford we had a shortage in chips, so they landed us off for 2-3 weeks. I will resume paying my tickets after the layoff. And I just had a daughter, so I had to pay up my rent, get everything handled with my daughter. So everything is kind of, slow motion right now until this layoff go ahead and go through, sir.
Sounds like a country song.
Yeah.
Just by the time we got done, what was he asking me to do? I forgot my question. He went through. You work for Ford?
Yeah, I work for a tier 2 company for Ford called GFX.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so there's a shortage of the computer chips that you need to do what you got to do.
Yeah. So they just giving us a 2 to 3 week layoff. And matter of fact, I have the paper in my pocket. We should be reporting back July 25th, if I'm correct.
All right. Well, at least he's making parts for Ford. I'm a Ford guy.
Hey, you ragged me last court date about Fords.
No, I didn't. I said I am a Ford guy. Now, if you had been making stuff for Chevy, we'd have a problem. I probably have to send you. Okay, I'm just saying. All right. All right. Young man, fines and cost of you said you just had a daughter?
Yeah, I just had a daughter 6 days ago.
6 days ago?
Or 9 days ago on the 20th.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can't get that date wrong. You that's something you have to know.
Right there, Your Honor.
Oh, bless her little heart. She's trying to get
smiled.
Of course, everybody smiles at me.
She must have heard that Ford joke.
I'm just telling you, it's a good thing. Probably looks like her mother, because otherwise, that's a beautiful baby. It can't look anything. All right, so young man, congratulations to you.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
All right, it looks like you're trying to do. Is that your first?
No, that's my second.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like you're trying to do the right thing. You're working. You got your family going. You're trying to take care of your family. So
yeah, I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
Well, you'll do it if you do the right thing. So fines and costs of $300. I am going to suspend $150 of that. So I'm going to suspend half. I'm going to do that for the little one. I'll suspend 90 days in jail. So you owe $150. When can you get that paid, you think?
I could pay that by within 2 to 3 weeks, I want to say, because I gotta file unemployment for these 3 weeks that we're off.
See, this is how he's going to get himself in trouble.
Uh-oh.
We're going to be issuing a show cause. He's going to say 2 to 3 weeks. He's not going to have it because he got to buy diapers. Then next thing you know, he's going to come back. He's going to give me the whole diaper story. He still hasn't paid the money, and he's going to get more money added on because we had to show cause him, and then he gets a late fee.
No, I hope
You know
no.
what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know why. Yeah, unemployment. It's not like they're going to give you a check coming out the door. So that's going to be a while.
Right. That's true. That's absolutely true. I mean,
Boy, you are so glad you have me here to figure this out for you, because you just would have messed this up.
I'm so sorry, Your Honor.
Don't be sorry.
I'm sorry.
Do this, but don't forget.
Okay.
Get this paid by October 31st, 2022. I'm gonna give you time to get that in, a long while to get it in. So if somebody says trick or treat and you haven't paid me, you know you're in trouble. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, young man. You take care of yourself. Take care of that little one too, okay?
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it too. I appreciate everything you guys done for me too.
All right. Do the right thing. All
I
right. Take
appreciate
care.
it. Yep. Have a good one.
You too.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
That's my
Mr.
Your Honor.
That's it. All right, Mr. Williams, you take care of yourself, sir. Good seeing you. Okay, and I think this is the last one we have left, correct? Or does public case of the people versus Nicholas, is it Chappelton?
Morning, Your Honor. Caitlin Kirby on behalf of the people.
And Assistant Public Defender Melissa Kleeman on behalf of Mr. Chappelton. And sir, can you unmute and state your name for the record, please?
Nicholas Austin Chappelton. Am I unmuted?
Nope, we can hear you.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold it.
Yeah.
Hello.
All right. Are we ready for the trial then?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor. And just for the record, the people did offer an added count 2 of disorderly person. We will be dismissing count 1, and that was going to be under a deferred sentence. My understanding is the defendant has rejected that offer, and we are moving forward with bench trial.
And that is correct.
Okay. All right, very good. Opening statements.
And the people would waive opening statements, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
And defense, would you like to give an opening statement or reserve yours?
No, we will reserve ours. Thank you.
All right, very good. You may call your first witness.
And the people call Raymond Phillips.
All right, sir, if you could please unmute.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, sir. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
State your name for the record, sir, please.
My name is Raymond Harold Phillips, Jr.
All right, very good. All right, you may inquire, Ms. Kirk.
Thank you. Mr. Phillips, do you recall the date of July 8th, 2019?
Yes,
And where were you that day?
I was working at the hospital on the psychiatric unit, 1 East
Okay.
at St.
And,
Joe's. I'm sorry, go ahead.
and what hospital is that?
St. Joseph Mercy Hospital, Ann Arbor, part of Trinity Health.
Okay. And I know that you just called it St. Joseph Ann Arbor. Where is it actually located?
Well, it's Superior Township. It sort of has like, it's on Ypsilanti side of US 23.
And do you know what road street that's on?
Yes, Macaulay Drive.
Is it near East Huron River Drive?
Yeah, it's near there, near EMU as well, the football stadium.
And you stated that you're working on 1 East. What does that mean?
That's our behavioral, it's the first floor, it's the behavioral health unit.
And what were your duties that day?
I was the charge nurse on that day.
And what is a charge nurse?
The charge nurse makes the assignments for the other nurses, assists with the other nurses with patient care, deals with a lot of the small little fires that happen. You know, you're very involved, and then we have to review for admissions, as well as work with the doctors and the treatment team on discharges and other things.
And did you come in contact with a patient named Nicholas Chappelton that day?
Yes.
And can you see Mr. Chappelton on the screen, on your Zoom screen currently?
Not currently. I did see him a second ago when he was stating who he was.
Okay, so if you're on like a phone screen, you can swipe over to see like a gallery view and tell me if you can see him.
All right, let me see here. Participants. When I select his name, I'm not seeing it so far. There he is.
Okay, and can you identify what Mr. Chappelton is wearing, please?
Looks like a sweatshirt that's white with Kool-Aid. Yeah, the Kool-Aid.
Okay, let the record reflect that this witness has identified the defendant as Nicholas Chappelton.
Without objection, record shall so reflect.
Thank you. And what was the reason that you came into contact with this patient that day?
I had several complaints from the sitter that was assigned to be with him because of the concern of safety to self and others. He had a sitter around the clock. Also, I had complaints from the nursing staff, the recreational therapist that was working that day. He was disruptive in the groups. The techs on the hospital were also coming to me with complaints. So I had several staff members complain to me.
And when you came into contact with Mr. Chappelton, where was he?
Well, he's on our units. I came in contact with him in several places. It could be in the hallway, in the group room, or in his bedroom. It was, it's an 8-hour shift, so I had plenty of contact with him that day.
And have you ever had contact with Mr. Chappelton before that day?
Yes.
And at some point, did you come into contact with Mr. Chappelton where you had an incident?
Yes, on that day, he spit on me.
Okay, and where did he spit on you?
In my face.
Okay. And can you describe where on your face that he spit on you?
I could feel it hitting my cheek and my forehead. I have glasses on, so that would have protected the eyes, but I could feel the forehead and the cheek.
Okay, and how did that make you feel?
It's not a nice feeling. You're trying to help out, try to provide care. You're trying to help your coworkers out, who he also spit at. They're complaining. So it doesn't make you feel good at all. It's not a happy feeling. And
you stated that you worked in the behavioral unit.
Correct.
How did you know that Mr. Chappelton intended to spit on you?
He wasn't disorganized in thought. He wasn't psychotic. He would frequently show remorse after a distressful situation happened. After it passed, he could show remorse and apologize, or when privileges were returned to him. We had to take his electric wheelchair away from him because he was inappropriately using it, running at staff with it. We would provide him with a hospital wheelchair, and then he would promise to be good. And when he was good, we could give him the electric chair back, and he would apologize. So he showed repeatedly that he could apologize for his behaviors. It was during distressful times, something that was upsetting him, that he acted out, or it was when we had to take privileges away that he also would act out.
Okay, so you stated that it was when he was getting disgruntled. Why was he upset at that time, to your knowledge?
A lot of things would probably happen. I can't that far back. I cannot remember all the details, but I do know that he would get upset over not happy with meeting with the doctor, for example, could be one thing, or it could be he didn't like that he couldn't go to group because he was disruptive in the group the day before, and there was
Thank you. No further questions for this witness, Your Honor.
All right, cross-examination.
Thank you, and good morning, sir. And so you testified that he did have a sitter 24/7. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think we put him on the 1-to-1, and we get him off if he was doing well, and if it got bad, we'd have to put him on the 1-to-1. Yes.
Okay, is that fair to say that that's in part because he's a paraplegic as well?
No, because we provided a lot of the care, so he wasn't always on a 1-to-1. We, taking care of him, in the past. This was the concern of the medical equipment. He was also throwing things, using the chair inappropriately. So there was a lot of it was behavior stuff that we had to do it for, and then safety because we didn't want him hurting himself.
Okay. All right. And how long was he in your care altogether?
Well, that he was on our unit at that time. I can't give you the dates, but he was on our unit for approximately a week or two, and then he was on our unit in the past.
Okay. And during that time, did he need care for his basic needs?
Oh yes, we provided the care for it. You know,
Okay.
we would use an easy lift to get him from the wheelchair to his bed, and from bed to wheelchair. Provide him a urinal. You know, things like that. So he got the care. You know, we're able to perform those type of basic care needs on our unit. Yes.
So he had to be assisted in movements?
Well, once he was in his wheelchair, he was good. You know, he could move around. You know, he was teaching us how to move the wheelchair to get to the bed if it wasn't area there. So yes,
Okay.
but and then he could do things like he could draw and go to groups, and you know, it was some of like the care getting from the chair to the bed, or if he was in bed and needed the urinal, it was things like that.
Okay. So it is fair to say his mobility is limited?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. And when he had spit on you, were you facing him at that time?
I was pushing him back. He turned his head. He can move his head. So the mobility is is below the neck. He had full range of moving and then in this bedroom, he spit at me.
Okay. And that was while he was laying down, you mean?
No, we were getting him back he was disruptive in the milieu. So we're taking him back to his room, and his nurse was going to come and talk with him.
Okay. And was this incident recorded in his medical records?
We would have documented, you know, theirs. We would have wrote notes. Yes.
Okay.
At that time, we had Power Chart. We're currently using Epic. Epic came the following year.
Okay, thank you. And no further questions.
All right. Any redirect?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Any additional witnesses for the people?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, any witnesses for the defense?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right. Closing argument.
Your Honor, you just heard the testimony of Mr. Phillips. He understood. He believed that Mr. Chappelton understood. He showed remorse. He still spit on him. He was repeatedly disgruntled against numerous employees that day. Mr. Phillips had to get involved. I believe that people have shown beyond a reasonable doubt that there was an assault. I would just ask that the court find the defendant guilty.
Closing argument, Ms. Kling.
Thank you. And Nicholas has always maintained not only that he did not do this act, but that he is physically incapable of committing this act due to being a paraplegic. We did hear testimony today that his mobility is severely limited and he did need assistance with movement. I do believe that this, coupled with the fact that he was in psychiatric treatment at the time that this occurred, does create reasonable doubt. For that reason, we ask that you find him not guilty.
Court has heard the testimony, and based upon the testimony of Mr. Phillips, the court would find that the defendant understood what he was doing. And specifically, the testimony of Mr. Phillips is that he's capable of showing remorse and was not in a psychotic state or some other type of state where he didn't understand and appreciate what he did. And based upon the testimony of Mr. Phillips, the court would find that the defendant in spitting did so intentionally. And the court would also note that Mr. Phillips testified that while he doesn't, his range of motion below the neck is impaired or hampered in some way, that he has the range of motion to turn his head, and that that's what he did prior to spitting. And then he would have gone through the act in order to spit on the face and cheek area, the forehead and cheek area of Mr. Phillips. So for those reasons, the court would find, and the court does believe that the defendant intentionally did that act and without any authority to do so, the court would find that the defendant is guilty of the offense of assault and or assault and battery, actually assault and battery, given that there was contact. The court having found the defendant guilty, I will refer the defendant to probation for a pre-sentence investigation and report. They will contact him. Sentencing in this matter will be July 13th, 2022 at 9 a.m. or as your Zoom invite indicates. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. And Mr. Phillips, you can sign off and Ms. Roddy will be in touch with you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Take care.
Yes, have a good day, sir.
Day, thank you. Take care.
And you're all set as well, Nicholas. I'll be in touch with the number for probation.
That was one. Okay. That's it for us? All right, folks, thank you. We actually, in an hour, did 4 trials. I don't know what I'm going to do the rest of the day. These days don't happen like this. Well, I don't know. All right, guys, thanks.
Okay, see you tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am. Take care. 14A stands adjourned. That's crazy. All right.
I should have